Yeah, all there is stillness, just this stillness, which isn't a human being, yet it may seem to appear as a human being. It's already not a thing, yet it may seem to appear as a thing. It's already not a space, yet it may seem to appear as space. It's talking, but not talking. It's walking, but not walking. It's thinking, but not thinking. So it's everything already. It's everything already. It's every sound, every movement, no movement, you know. And there's nothing here that is trying to stop what seems to be happening. There is nothing here that is trying to prevent any story from happening. You know. Everything is beautiful. The sound of the birds, the sound of people talking, kids running away, chasing each other. The voice that is something things hearing, everything just the way it is okay somehow. So this as well doesn't suggest that there shouldn't be any investigation. If in the story it seems as if there is a strong belief that there is a separate somebody, that separate somebody may seem to make an investigation. If there is a real separate somebody, that investigation may seem to happen. You know, when it happens, it doesn't mean that it's something separate from this. It's still just this expressing, appearing as somebody who's looking, who's searching for wholeness, who's searching for enlightenment, until it is recognized that there wasn't anyone who was searching. It was just already that which can't be found, which is already everywhere and nowhere, appearing as somebody searching. So it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful if even when something seems to say, but it's not beautiful to me. That as it is still an expression of this, of all there is. So there's really nothing to say, really nowhere to. There's nothing to fix. Yet fixing something is already this. Yet trying to get somewhere is already this. Yet thinking that there's something to find is already this. Making an inquiry, self-inquiry, is already this. Even when somebody seems to say, but when you do self-inquiry, it takes some time. That as well as it is, those words are still coming from this, as this. It's just this saying, self-inquiry takes a long time. It's like you're going on the roller coaster, doing the same thing over and over again. No, it doesn't really matter. Every conversation, every argument, every sensation, is already an expression of that which is being looked for, of that which is being searched for. So there is really nothing to be done. Even when in the story, it may seem as if there's something to be done. There is a meditation that needs to be done. That could be done as well. That could be allowed to express. Meditation is okay. It's fine. It's beautiful. Reciting mantras, reciting the name God over and over again until something collapses. That's as well. It's beautiful. It's okay. That's what it is seen here. That's what is seen here. when somebody is against what is being spoken as well, it's still an expression of this. There is no escape. If something seems to say, oh, it seems as if he's talking to somebody, that's not non-duality. That's duality. That's as well is still an expression of this. There's no separation.
You know, I've been talking to you for 5 years, maybe 4 years. I think this may be the first time you used the expression non-duality.
Yeah, I'm not used to using those words.
And there's no reason to use them. I just put it in a box.
Sometimes you can it you may seem to want to say something, but only to find that the word doesn't come up. It doesn't come up at all. But some other time, it may seem to come up from nowhere. So here, there's nothing that is planned, that is organized, uh, that is being spoken right now. It's just words coming up. If they don't come up, they don't come up. So yeah, it's like that. It's like that. And as well, it's feels okay to talk about anything here. Nothing is suppressed. Nothing is suppressed. Yet this as well is not against any suppression, because even suppression is still just already this. That's freedom. That's freedom for long. As well, that's where the word unconditional love, those two words come in. Unconditional love, there are no conditions. Everything is allowed to be as it is. There's no judgment. There's no wrong or right. The story is already appearing from that which isn't a story. Is already appearing from that which is quiet, still, not moving. Even what seems to be the movement is already appearing from that which isn't moving. That's talking, arguments, feelings, emotions. You can call this white, doesn't somehow it is timeless because there's no time. Time can just be seen as an imagination. Uh, the personal identity can be seen as just an imagination. There is already no personal identity. There is already no separate self that can collapse by listening to these words. That which is imagined can't really fall away because it's already not there to fall away. It's just an imagination.
Be that as it may, you're on the verge of dropping out. So, do you know where the cell towers are from where you are?
The cell towers.
Yeah,
I can't see any of the cell towers around here. Maybe they are far away around town,
yeah,
near town, I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're very glitchy And the words can be glitchy too, a little bit. It's actually better now, but
Uh,
anyway, there's nothing to be glitchy, so it's okay.
yeah,
Hmm?
yeah. So would you like to repeat? Would like me to repeat what I've said?
No, no, it came through, but just barely. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
You were really on a roll, though. I shouldn't have stopped you, I guess.
Now I don't remember anything. Everything I said, I don't remember. It's very funny.
You know, all throughout my upbringing, spoken or unspoken, there was an attitude of the better person you are, the more seriously you take things. You know what I mean? Good people take things
Yeah,
more
yeah,
seriously. Bad people take things less seriously. That's the difference between good and bad, right? You know, murder, right? You take somebody else's life. You don't take somebody else's life seriously, so you think it's okay to stop it. But everything, the
yeah,
environment, politics, society, the next person you meet, you know, the more seriously you take them, then I think it's very difficult to let that go, you know, to let that concept go. And, thinking about my dad, how he got so far in his practice and it meant so much to him, but still to the end of his life, he had to take everything around him so seriously because that's what it meant to be a good person, you know.
yeah,
And there was just this air of heaviness around everywhere, trying to take, every question. What is this? What is going on here? Trying to deconstruct every trend. But I think that's very
yeah,
pervasive. That's very, very pervasive everywhere, that attitude.
yeah,
Anyway, it's difficult to fly in the face of that if it's so ingrained.
yeah. Yeah, I understand. I understand.
Is it same there where you are at least? You know, was that thrust upon you?
Um, I would say here the world as it is no longer taken seriously.
Sure,
You know, not that there is maybe disrespect. No, this somehow goes around disrespecting people,
sure,
talking, swearing. But in a way, there's that feeling of being calm all the time. Accepting all situations as they are. If something doesn't happen, it's okay. If it happens, it's beautiful. If it doesn't happen, it's okay. You know, and the character as well. It is so free. The apparent character, it is so free to be what it is. Without it doesn't fear judgment from anyone because it is also seen that what seems to be anyone or others is still this. It can be seen through here all the time. So nothing is really taken seriously, because it is seen that they're just stories, and life as it is beautiful. Is accepted as it is. There's no judgment. But before there used to be that judgment. When there was that personal identity, this used to judge everybody, anything that seems to be happening. Used to try to strive to find happiness through things, not looking within. It was never realized that happiness is always here, is never somewhere out there. So there's nothing that seems to be outside that can there's nothing material that can make this character to be happy. Yeah. Because that happiness it's used to be short-lived in a way. So true happiness is is just within. True happiness is already where we are looking for rather than where we are looking at. So true happiness can never be found by efforts. You know, in a way, the expressions or the apparent people may seem to look outside of themselves, thinking that what seems to be outside of themselves will bring joy, peace, and happiness. But that's what they are actually looking for. They are not. They are never really looking for the material things. They are actually looking for themselves. That's what they are looking for. You know, that's they are looking for for their inner self. Which, when that inner self is recognized, is seen through, then it is also seen that there's nothing separate from anything. Everything is one. And true happiness comes from within. It doesn't come from without, in a way. That's what's used to be seen here during those days. I don't know where is this going to, but it's just what seems to be coming up here. So there is no real good or bad. There are no bad people or good people. Bad people and good people is just a story. It's just that which is already neutral, appearing as the opposites. So that as well, when it is seen through, uh, there is so much relief. There is so much relaxation. You know, things are just allowed to flow, to be as they are. If something needs to be said, it can be said. If there's a command coming up, the command may seem to happen. Not that somebody is trying to fix the way life is. There's only life. There's no one already who's living life. There's only life. Somebody living life is just how life uh, appears to be that somebody. It's just how life appears to be. Appears as somebody who's playing, you know, looking for something, trying to fix this and that. Everything is life. Everything is life. There's only life. There's nothing that is living life. There's nothing to lose life or find life. So when the body collapses, life recognizes itself that it has never been, it has always been itself. It has never been anything separate. It has always been itself, appearing as trees, birds, space, people, the sky, the planets, the realms, the dimensions, uh, gods, angels, aliens, everything. As Christ said, love your neighbor as you love yourself, because your neighbor is still yourself, and yourself is your neighbor already. I and my Father are one. There's no separation. The Father is I, and I am the Father. The I that seems to be separate, that seems to be different, many eyes, is still the same I. I have to go to town. I have to go to the loo. I have to go to school. I have to go to work. I have to go to the meeting. It's still the same one. They are not different eyes. Even the eye of a bird, eye of a bird, if the bird seems to say, I have to go to that river, it's very hot. I don't know the language. Maybe there's a certain language there that somehow is spoken. It's still the same eye. So when I say there is no separate eye, there is no separate eye, really. There's no separate eye. It's still the same one. It says, I'm listening to Nkosi talking to Charles. Still the same one. It's God. You can call it God. Wholeness, this, isness, or whatever. Aliveness, boundless aliveness. It's already nameless, yet appearing as different names. And the I is not the I of the body. It is not the body that says I. The I may seem to say something even when the mouth is not open, even when the mouth is not moving. So it's not the I of the body. It may seem to identify with the body, but it's not the body. Even in the subtle stories, which is a dream, they may seem to be in an I there. I was flying in the dream, going to different realms, talking to Jesus, talking to Moses, talking to my grandmother, talking to my father, talking to my mom. It's, it's just the same one. Still just this, saying those words. There is no separation. So it's beautiful. It's a beautiful world. It's a beautiful world that isn't really there. It is and isn't. Nice t-shirts.
says Wrangler on
What's the meaning?
it. It's a clothing brand for cowboys.
Oh,
And
wow.
a wrangler is a man who wrangles cattle. Gets a rope.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember. I remember when I used to watch those movies, you know, when they're chasing after the thief, they would like,
Yeah.
it was very funny. And the rope tangles around the neck, then choke a person. And uh, when I like when they do those face off with guns.
Yeah.
The movies themselves, different movies, somehow life may seem to reveal to itself that everything is just a story through watching different stories, the movies, different movies. Somehow it's when it reveals to itself that everything is just a story. Everything is a movie. Even what seems to be real, it's never real. It's a construct.
Yeah. All right, Nkoti. It's
Get
that.
it? Okay. All right.
Maybe I'll send you a text or two to remind you about the book.
Please, please. My memory is not sharp.
Okay. Take care.
Have a good one. Yeah. Thanks.